Hi everyone and welcome to this video. In this video I'm working on a drawing of an armoured dragon, and I've been so excited about trying this because it's been so long since my last dragon drawing and I've really missed it. So for this one I used Strathmore toned tan mixed media paper, and while sketching I was thinking about how I wanted to actually place the armour on the dragon, because I didn't want it to have lots of bulky armour. Like really heavy armour would just limit its abilities and its movements. So it seemed like the best option would be to have plates of armour strapped to certain areas around the front of the dragon's body that could easily be removed and replaced when needed. So I'm also imagining that it's part of a group, and there's humans in that group that are crafting armour for it. So thinking about situations where it's going into battle or it's defending an area, and you just want to protect the key areas like its face, its neck, its shoulders and limbs and its chest. Just having small plates of armour strapped to it that protects it in a lightweight style. And then also imagining that the armour around the back of its neck, the plates of armour there, can quite freely rotate around, so as it's looking around and moving its head, they're not limiting any movement there either. As you can probably tell, I found this idea so much fun to think about, and just thinking about an armour design that wouldn't slow the dragon down and just added to its defences in combat. And then, as you can see, I also added a bit of a foreground and a background. And then after sketching, I then added outlines with a Copic Multiliner SP 0.1 and a 0.03. And my main goal with the outlines was to focus them to parts of the dragon closest to the foreground, and then fade the details towards the background. And I wanted to continue this idea with the colouring and the shading later on. So using contrast in both the line work and the colouring and shading to convey the distance. This is something that I've really tried to improve on. For the colouring I used Copic markers, and for the blue colouring on the dragon I blended between pale blue, night blue and Prussian blue. Then for the armour and the horns I used cool grey markers, and also blended a bit of the black marker in some areas to add extra depth. Then to add all the highlighting in this drawing I blended between a white Sakura GellyRoll pen and a white Caran Luminance pencil. down the centre of the dragon's body, I varied the colour of its scales, and I used buttercup yellow, and added a bit of ice blue between these scales. So for all the areas of the dragon with scales, I was adding the colour first, then I added highlighting with the white pencil, and then I added shading on top of that with the black and the cool grey markers. Oh, and for the straps holding the armour in place, I used a crimson marker, making the straps nice and bright so they stand out. And as you might have noticed for this drawing, I decided to use the 3 primary colours, blue, yellow and red, and I just wanted to try this idea out and see how it affected the final result. For the wings, I used crimson, light prawn and cardinal, before also adding a bit more shading. And then I also added veins with a dark red Faber-Castell Polychromos pencil. I used the same blue colouring with pale blue, night blue and Prussian blue for the foreground and the background, adding more contrast in the foreground, mostly using the Prussian blue, and also blending in a bit of black and cool grey markers. Then finally, after that, I added a nice bright moon in the background with the white GellyRoll pen, along with some stars, and then I finally added some highlights where the moonlight would be touching. And after that, this drawing was completed, and I found this project so much fun. It's been so long since my last dragon drawing, and I really did miss it. I enjoyed thinking about the armour design and the dragon's design, and I tried to add more of the dragon's body into this one, which was a challenge. Also, I spent more time thinking about the drawing layout, and I tried to push myself in terms of the varying contrast to convey the distance. That was a big goal for me for this drawing, and I really hope it worked out. So please be sure to let me know what you think of this, and also let me know if you have any suggestions for future drawings I should try, any fantasy art or fan art or tutorials or art challenges. I would love to know what you think. If you're interested in seeing more videos from me, then feel free to subscribe to my channel, and any thumbs up or shares on this video are hugely appreciated. If you want to follow and support me and my progress, then be sure to check out the links in the description for my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Patreon. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all soon.